Welcome to the E-commerce Badassery Podcast, the place for scrappy entrepreneurs who want to learn actionable steps and strategies to grow the traffic, sales, and profit in your e-commerce business. I'm your host, Jessica Totillo-Coster, a 20-year retail veteran and former brick-and-mortar boutique owner who spent 3 years as the only employee of a 7-figure online store. That shit was crazy. I know exactly how it feels to do all the things, and I'm sharing everything I learned the hard way so you don't have to. I may have started this business by accident, but supporting badass bosses like you lights me the fuck up, and I am so stoked to see you grow. Are you ready, babe? Let's roll. Welcome back to the E-commerce Badassery Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Totillo-Coster. Recently, I've been helping my husband redo his website, because I didn't already have 1,200 other things to do. To be honest, I've wanted to get my hands on it for a while, but most of his business comes through referrals, so the website was kind of an afterthought. And of course, being the nerd that I am, this turned into way more than just a visual refresh. I couldn't stop at swapping out some photos and calling it a day. I went deep into the customer journey, the SEO, the messaging, all of it. So I started mapping out the pages I wanted to add, and he keeps pushing back. Do we really need that one? Isn't that overkill? And I'm like, yes, you need it. Every page serves a purpose. Every message speaks to a specific moment. And the same thing was happening when I was writing the copy. I kept asking myself, for the person who lands on this page, what do they need to hear right now? What questions do they have? What type of clients do we want to repel? What's the next step I want them to take? And what's going to make them say, yes, this is who I want to work with? And it reminded me of something. These are the same questions I ask myself when I'm building automations for a client or teaching a student how to write theirs. And the truth is, getting this wrong is usually the reason why automated emails don't convert. This is a huge disconnect I see a lot, and it's what I want to talk about, because when you shift the way you think about automation from just checking the box with a swipe file or a template to actually matching the moment your customer is in, that's when you'll start to see better results. And I think the biggest takeaway I want you to have today, and yep, I'm just going to tell you up front, is automation is about catching the sale that's already in motion. You're not sparking it, convincing someone out of the blue, but catching it. Because think about it. A browse abandonment email goes to someone who's already on your list and was just looking at a product. A checkout abandonment email goes to someone who already took the time to add products to their cart and hit the start checkout button. A win-back email is sent to someone who's already bought from you. Every single automation is triggered by a behavior. And that behavior is a window into what your customer is thinking, what they're deciding, and what they need right now to move forward. So if your automation is full of fluff, or you're trying to tell your entire brand story, you're not catching the sale, you're putting up a roadblock. Now, I'm not going to walk you through every single flow and what to put in them, what to change. We're not going to go there today because I got to be honest, I just don't have the mental energy or capacity, but I'll stick links in the show notes for some other episodes where I talk more about email automation content. But what I want you to start doing is, instead of asking, what do I say in this email? Ask, what does the customer need in this moment to move forward? That's it. That's the core of the conversion. Because automations that convert aren't clever. They're clear. Just like I say about SEO, right? Clear over clever. And your automations are grounded in behavior. They're based on what your customer just did and what they just told you with their actions. And when your automations reflect that, when it's built to match the mindset that your customer has in that moment, that's when you're going to start to see results. So if your flows are technically set up, but they're not making you money, this might be why. If you're using the basic templates that came with your email platform or a swipe file that isn't unique to your customers and products, this might be why. There's also the potential that not enough people have moved through these flows, so please wait until at least 100 people have gone through the first email before you make any big changes, okay? Thanks. At the end of the day, automation is about showing up at the exact moment they're already thinking about buying and making it as easy as possible to say yes. If your wheels are turning right now, that's the point. This is the moment to go back and review your flows with this mindset shift and through fresh eyes. Consider where you might be talking at your customer instead of meeting them where they are. And you don't have to make huge, big overhauls. It might just be shifting the content a little bit or adding a little bit more information. If you're not sure where to start with your email automations, head to the full show notes for this episode, ecommercebadassery.com/362. I've got a resource there to show you how to set up the MVP of your email automations. And that, my friends, is a wrap on this week's episode. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you on the flip side. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. If you want to learn more about growing your e-commerce business, get started with my free resource library at ecommercebadassery.com/free stuff and get an invite to the Lounge, my e-commerce marketing membership. When you're ready for one-on-one support, apply to work with me at ecommercebadassery.com/apply. Before you go, would you do me a quick favor? Leave a rating and review and tap that follow button. This pushes me up the chart so I can support more scrappy e-commerce entrepreneurs just like you. I'm on a mission to reach as many as I can, and I could really use your help. Thanks so much in advance. Until next time, e-commerce friend, stay badass.